Welcome to another cartoon workshop, a lockdown superhero workshop. Now, today is a very special day because golfers like the sunshine, tennis players love the sunshine, kite flyers like a little bit of wind, snowboarders like the snow, and skiers. Cartoonists particularly like a little bit of rain because these are perfect conditions for the cartoonist. So enjoy. I hope it's raining where you are. Now then, I've been working on my superheroes. I've been looking around the house trying to find things, using all the shapes that we usually use, the straight lines, the curves, the C's, everything. And I've got an unbelievable umbrella. Lame, maybe, but I'm just trying to find anything I can. I'm doing some raindrops here, just a U shape with a little triangle on top. Practice that and turn it into a little drip. Again, I'm just looking for excuses to draw superheroes out of anything I can find. Found a mouldy old mushroom. Thought, yeah, that can be a superhero, why not? So I've used the C shapes, the little cape, the round eyes, looking a bit determined, and you know, all the shapes that we're used to. So I basically could put a pair of our round eyes on an object. You've got the circles there as well. You put a pair of round eyes and a cape, you can make a superhero. Just seeing what your imagination is like, really. You can use all the things that we've learned, all the C's and the shapes and the O's and the you know, all the different lines that we use. Just try them all out, just see what you can find. Now this inspiration, as you can see, there's a bit of that spray, like a polished spray, and I've copied it. Just copy it, see how you go along copying something, a real object. Just make it a little bit cartoony, stick a pair of eyes on it. Found an egg. Found an egg. That's great, isn't it? Fantastic. Scramble your brains with a bit of an egg. Lovely. The cape going on. Very determined look on that egg's face. And why not try an animal if you've got a pet? I forgot to put his eye on there, so dynamite dog. And if you find an object, whatever letter it starts with, like dog or egg, if you Google positive words beginning with D, positive words beginning with E, or F for fish, fish food, fabulous Mr. Fish Food, you can clearly see where my inspiration is coming out. I told you it was going to be silly this time, but see what you can find. Just practice what we've all the shapes we've been drawing, and just put them into action, making all the different superheroes. So you got a marvellous mug and trusty tea bag, a bit like Batman and Robin, only a bit more powerful. You've got some steam coming off the top there. He's determined. Look at that. No messing about. And another animal at the end here. Oh, just looking at that tea bag there, needs a few perforations, so that's difficult, isn't it? It's a few dots. If you want to try practicing these, you can do. Try drawing them. Pause it, work at your own pace. We've got the amazing Miss Monkey here, another animal we can use, just with the shiny eyes and the C-shaped ears. All the things we've practiced. Pause it and try drawing these if you like, but at the same time, have a little look around. We've got the fist shape that we drew yesterday as well, and some little movement marks there. Guess what this is? It's a flying sheep again, otherwise known as a cloud. So just get working on these, and don't forget, if you come up with a creation, whatever it is, sign it, because you don't know, it could stay with you all through your life. Like my fish that I've always drawn that fish ever since I was little, wandering around the rock pools looking at fish and crabs. That's what got me started drawing that fish. So you might just find something that you always enjoy drawing and can become your character. Right, so we're going to draw something else now, a superhero. It's an animal. Started with the circles as usual. See if you can tell what it's going to be before I finish it, or see how quickly you can tell what it's going to be. So you're probably guessing a horse now, or a dog. Okay, so we've got the straight nose and a little bag under the eye. And we're going to have a little cheek like we did with the horse. The only main difference being is that it's not a horse. So any ideas yet? I'm thinking sheep, I know Pops, who's excellent at drawing sheep, thinks it's going to be a sheep. No, you're wrong. Sorry to disappoint you. We'll just keep watching, you'll get some ideas. Are we going to do a C-shaped here? No, we're sort of doing a C-shape on, it's a bit more pointy. Hayden will be good at this. Hayden's been following the cartoon workshops really well and doing really good versions, very close to what I've been drawing, so you keep at it, you're doing great. Okay, so you got the ears. Now I'm not sure what purpose these superheroes serve. I'm not sure who they're going to rescue. I mean, a cup of tea, maybe that can go straight to somebody who's desperate for a cup of tea. You know, that could be their superpower. Because a lot of superpowers, which you've always got to think about when you're doing your superheroes. Now, on the top here, I'm not sure what they are, to be honest. I'm not sure what you call them. But they're on top. It looks like they're sticking on top of the head of this creature. I'm wondering if you've got any idea what it is yet. A snail? No. Another strange fish. It's looking sideways, but it's travelling at such speed. So, next, it's got a very long neck, this creature, if that's a clue. Very long neck. So it can be a straight line, but we're going to stop it short because we've got to do a cape. We've got to do the cape flowing from its neck. So we're going to stop the neck short. So just follow me. Again, pause if you can. I'm just going to add our little half circle shape, a very slight curve to that, and a circle at the end. Lily, I hope you're copying this. You're doing really well at the cartoons. Natural cartoonist again, same as Max, who's doing a great job. Okay, so they've tied the cape around this creature's neck. I don't think it's got chains in a phone box. I don't think that's viable, but then again, it is a superhero, so I suppose anything's possible with superheroes. You've got to keep that in mind. Now it's got kind of a mane, but it's a little short spiky mane, so a nice little row of bristles as the mane. So maybe you're getting an idea of what this superhero creature is. Well, if you haven't guessed yet, just keep drawing. It will become apparent in a minute. There's a curly cape. I've got to shout out to Harry and Scott and Felicity, who are doing amazing work. All your cartoons will be featured up on the Facebook site, so look out for those. And I will be sending out more bits and pieces of my artwork and little prizes for any great work. I'm just putting some lines on the cape to give it a little bit more detail. It's your imagination that's as important as the drawing, really. The drawing will come in time, but just use your imagination. Let yourself go absolutely mad. Just, you know, the madder the better, really. Okay, so the neck's getting longer. So we'll just work our way down now to the body of this creature. It's not going to go up or too short. It's just going to sort of taper down like a little C shape like that. That's kind of its bum, if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, etc. Okay, and it's so because it's the hip of the creature, we're going to work on its leg next, so its back leg. So you've got that shape going there, and we're going to come the other way with that shape. Okay, so that's the hip, that's the back hip. We'll do the front legs in a minute. Now animals have kind of got the knees on back to front, if you notice, so we just put a little knee, a little C shape there at the bottom of that curve. Pause if you think you're getting behind. This is a bit tricky, but we're sort of moving on with our cartoons now. So sort of straight down if you like, and then curved at the bottom with that little C shape. And the other C shape there, which shows the shape of its hip. Now the legs are quite long on a giraffe, so we're going to do a nice long curve. And of course we're going to do it parallel because we'll keep it quite thin, as thin as you can. See how close you can get to that other line without going into it. Don't worry if you do though. Like I say, it doesn't matter at this stage. You learn it for the first time, don't expect to get it right first time. So that's kind of its ankle. That's like a circle shape, an N and a U sort of shape, and a bit like a triangle at the end. for its foot. They've got big clumpy feet. Well, mine have anyway. I don't know about giraffes. Probably haven't, but that looks okay. So, moving on to the front leg. Just put a little line nearly joining up there. And now the knees sort of go the other way, but we're going to give it a nice big lumpy knee, big knobbly knee. Just finish off its body there. I think I've put that a little bit high so you can give him a bit more of a tummy. Maybe he's been working out. Okay, and the lines going down again to meet up. Again, same thing, little triangle at the end. Now as long as you got those shapes okay, you can work on those. So when we come to do the legs that are behind, you don't quite see them all, so we're just gonna, you can sort of follow that shape. So it's like copying the shape you've got in front, but it goes behind, pops out there. It's sort of obscured by the front leg. You can't quite see all of it, so it saves you drawing it all over again anyway. There are those, like the C and the U again, the little triangle on the end, nice and thin. And at the front there, same again, follow it, come behind. And I'll show you in a minute when I'm shading it how to make it look as though it's more in the background even than it looks now. There, so that looks pretty much like a giraffe. Some little go faster marks to finish it off. Yeah, you guessed it, another flying sheep. You could make it into a flying sheep if you want. You could have a sidekick. I'm going to finish off those little bristles at the front there. Just want to say well done to Dan. He's been joining in the workshops. We'll see if we can draw this tail, Dan. Dan actually asked if he could do, he was looking around the kitchen, he actually saw a pot noodle, see if you could do a super pot noodle. Well, if you think it can sweep somebody off the feet, Dan, let's go for it. So we've nearly got our superhero giraffe. We've got his wiggly tail. Again, it can be a straight tail if you want, anything you like. They do have this pattern, really curious pattern. I don't know why. It's not like tiger stripes because they hide in the long grass. I don't know what giraffes are supposed to hide in with these great big patches on them, but just put a load of random patches on there. You can shade them in any colour you like. I'll get my coloured pencils out one of these days, maybe later in this lockdown, and I'll show you some ideas for shading. You can do a lot with a coloured pencil. So just have a little shade, any colour you like, pinks, purples, greens, can be anything. It is a superhero giraffe. And you've got to think of a name for this giraffe as well. You've got to look up some positive words beginning with G or J. Probably you get more because it's more of a J sound giraffe. I know it starts with a G, but you've got more of a J sound. You probably stand more chance looking at the J's. But you get a big long list and you can choose a really good one. Okay, so because these legs are in the background, I'm going to shade them in, and it makes the front legs pop out a little bit more, as you'll notice, and you get a little 3D look going on, which is nice for your cartoons. Just make them stand out a little bit more. So you've got a very spindly, mad looking giraffe, which is great. I hope you've enjoyed drawing it. I hope you got something like. I hope you're getting the hang of this shading as well. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I've got a little bit something more to do with superheroes, only slightly different, as you'll see. Don't forget to sign. That's the most important bit, so everyone knows what a fantastic cartoonist you are. And leave a comment if you need to know anything. If you're not sure about anything or you want me to draw something, just leave a comment. Just showing you here my old camping table that's been left out in the rain. I'm using permanent marker and permanent ink, so felt tip and watercolour and anything will not budge it. So that's what you got to look forward to working towards. Tomorrow is arch enemies for your superheroes like the Joker with Batman, etc. So I'll see you tomorrow.